Welcome to the Tone Jerks podcast. I'm your host, Brian Gower, and with me today we got
Kyle McIntyre.
And we got a special guest. I think it's been, it's been too long. I want to say it's like, I think you were on this year. No, I think it was last year. Our boy of ours. Shout him out. Mr. Tony DeGraw. Welcome.
Yeah, woohoo. Yeah. Raw dogging it over here.
Yeah, DeGraw dogging it. How you been, man?
Oh, man, wide open. Full throttle. Just, you guys are probably wondering why I keep getting called shadow banned.
Yeah.
On my other shows. But I've been in college on top of recording podcast and
schoolboy
playing in a cover band.
Yeah.
We got one of them learned boys on the show here.
Yeah, I thought degree was a deodorant.
Yeah. Nice.
But yes, yeah, I didn't want to like dive into like what's new, but yeah, if you ever hear the word shadow band, that's the reason why I'm back in school. My semester starts January 8th again, so the guys grabbed me real quick and they're like, "Hey, you want to record?" I said, "Sure, absolutely."
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. That's nice.
Yeah.
Before you go back to school to not be a fool.
Yeah. Zuckerberg got you so bad that you went back to school.
Yeah,
just changed your whole life up.
Yeah. Well, it had to be a legit degree because I can't just say studied at something. I have to say graduated from.
Yeah.
I just fake it like everyone else does. So.
Oh, yeah, like my resume.
MIT. Just start adding some stuff on there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because meme farmer isn't an occupation, apparently.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay a whole lot.
I always wondered, like,
not at all.
There's some jobs where it's like, oh, like high school diploma or GED is like, a requirement. I'm like, I don't have anything to prove that I graduated high school. Like how, like if they're like, oh, did you graduate high school? I'm like, yeah, totally. Well, where's your diploma? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like doing the worm.
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, my whole life, like doing like Boy Scouts and stuff, they always talked about, getting your Eagle Scout will make you, everyone will, looks up to that. And I'm like, I have never, ever,
oh my God,
have told anyone.
You could,
because I feel like they're gonna ask me, were you a counselor or were you a scout? It's like, were you diddling or were you diddled? Kind of like, I want to make sure.
Man. I got diddled by Duddy.
Yeah. So
so
try
were
to
you
avoid
Weeblos or Cubbies?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude! I quit after second grade, and actually, the Boy Scouts headquarters is in Charlotte, so I actually worked right near it.
Oh, there you go.
Unfortunately,
yeah. It was a double FU. You walk out the door. I quit. You take your neckerchief off, slam on the ground.
Yeah, slam on the ground and say, "And these patches."
Yeah, here's a merit badge for you.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, I even got my dumpster fire patch.
Yeah. Kyle, you should start stealing Eagle Scout Valor.
Yeah.
It'd be like those
just get the bumper sticker.
Or not the movies, but like the videos where like somebody confronts you and they get in your face and they try and like, were you really an Eagle Scout? And you're like, oh, and you run away.
What branch did you serve in?
The olive branch.
Where did you serve?
He was in fact.
Which theater of war?
Not a Navy SEAL. He was not an Eagle Scout.
Oh my God.
All right, let's 4 minutes in, we haven't started the show. Kyle, we'll get to Tony, but Kyle, what's new in your world? What's shaking? What's grooving?
That's how you know we really kicked off the show when Kyle starts talking and just talks.
We're just like,
all the bullshit.
He lulls me to sleep every time. Right? This exciting PV bandit life over here.
I don't have a bandit, not yet.
Well, I thought you were more skull bandit.
Yeah.
But you probably don't dip though.
No. No. I do see those shirts though, like around here, like thrift stores. The
handkerchief,
the bandit racing shirts. I'm like, who has these around here? Do they just cash in all their points and get this like on the mail-in? And finally, an estate sale ends up at Goodwill.
Yeah.
Like Camel Joe.
Yeah. It's like, man, someone lost a lung getting this.
They do skull out there? Is it grizzly or?
Skull, grizzly. Let's see what else is.
Copenhagen.
Copenhagen's another one. Yeah, Red Man, but that's for like the old boomers that
The
still
old timers.
yeah, they got a wad
outside.
in.
Hey man, what you been doing? I haven't seen you forever, man. Where you been? Yeah.
How's Mom and them?
All that place on done burned
All
out.
right. Go and eat. Go on, man. Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah, go on get.
Yeah, go on get. I
I've
get in
never
conversations
been-
with people.
Never been
I
there.
try not to
Yeah.
pick up their accents.
Mhm.
You know.
You just pick
you
it
know.
up.
Yeah.
You know.
I have to
They're
be an
not-
accent chameleon here in the South now because we're a melting pot.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, I guess what's new with me?
Yeah.
I'm on like a 10-day vacation. This is day. I guess we got 8 more days.
Nice.
So chugging
Oh, wow.
along like a freaking little train that could.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So first 2 days did fucking nothing. Recovered from the work week,
Yeah.
as you would for the weekend. You're like,
Nice.
I'm on vacation.
You're
But
you're
I'm
just
not very good
recovering.
at taking vacations because I always want to do something. Like,
Yeah.
I always like end up stressing people out. We got to go do something. We got to go.
Gotta wake up at 5 a.m. and go drive.
Yeah. Drive 4 hours and be disappointed on wherever
Yeah.
we're going. I love it. So no, we planned a lot of work actually around the
Mhm.
house because I've just after moving into this house, we've the previous owner, they left a bunch of trash, literally like just trash around the property. We had a fence fall down. We didn't throw away any of the panels yet. We just stacked them up. So I had like, I don't know how long of a fence line, like 60 feet or so or more, just fell down. And so,
Yeah, you're like, this will be a problem for future Kyle.
yeah, yeah, it won't stress them out or at all.
Present Kyle,
So-
don't give a fuck. We're moving it
Yeah.
here.
So we got a
Just
like a
throw it in the
9
lake.
yard. Yeah, I wish just float it down river, like just light on. Just
Yeah.
then you do the friggin' Viking
Yeah, Viking funeral.
pirate funeral. Just light on fire
Just-
going
Yeah.
down.
You're
It
garbage.
drifts off the waterfall at the end.
Yeah, just lands on a boat on the other side.
and he burns
Oh,
it.
Well, universe works in mysterious ways.
Waste not, want not. And then you leave. You're like, what the fuck?
Just kill the people and walk away.
Property
That
damage.
sucks for them.
Yeah.
That's God's
Oh, man.
God's will. You just leave.
Yeah. That wood's biodegradable. It's fine.
Yeah.
Going out into nature and such.
Yeah.
Making its way out to the ocean.
It's a circle of
So you
life,
did-
really.
You didn't make a DIY pedal board with that?
No, man, I had so much rotten wood with that. It
Rotting
was
wood.
like-
You stomp on it, just
termites come out and then find their way into your own house. Like, great. Perfect. So rented like a trailer just to fucking throw a bunch of shit, like a 9-yard trailer,
All
good
right.
size. Because I have the fence panels, I have like cinder blocks and siding and just trash. Like it's just bent pieces of I don't know, just random shit.
Yeah.
So today we went through and threw away most of the fence panels and the pickets and the wood.
You
and
were
then-
picketing?
yeah.
Yeah. Just
Oh.
protesting or outside my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate work.
Bring back the
I
double
hate-
decker.
Yeah. Not
Bring
even
back-
outside of Taco Bell.
Oh,
You-
bring
you
back
have-
the personal pan pizza Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I swear.
You have a sign. Legalize it. Kyle, you
What?
don't
I
smoke.
don't know.
You don't smoke. I know, but more power to
Oh,
them.
man.
Shout out
Someone
to
wants to. I'm helping them out. Gotta show up for the bros.
them. You go to
Oh,
every any rally and you just have a sign that says legalize it. Just
You
a
have
volley.
multiple signs. Just
Yeah.
show up. What are we doing today, fellas? And then you sort through it and
You're like-
hang up.
Personal pan
Yeah.
pizza.
Rolodex your.
Bring back the Pizza Hut restaurants.
Yes.
We have. There's one in the area
Ooh,
actually,
there you go.
like a Pizza Hut with the original like
The buffet.
the slice windows, like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn.
There's still buildings, but some they've been changing to something else. But there's one Pizza Hut one here.
Still holding strong.
And I'm like, still not going in there.
Yeah.
I know the floor. It's probably the carpet has been like mashed down with so much grease.
Yeah.
It's actually just like tile now.
Mhm.
They got the
That's
old
the-
Donkey Kong tabletop style arcade with the buttons
Yeah,
and all.
yeah,
I don't- probably.
And then
with the red plastic cups.
red plastic cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same
damn.
ones.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't
They're
had
all
Pizza Hut
frosted white now.
forever.
Yeah.
Thinking of those kind of 90s pizzas. Like I've had Domino's more recently than Pizza Hut. But Domino's now is
God.
so different than it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be I call Domino's and I say, "Can I exchange the extra grease for another topping?"
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like the grease? They have like
Yeah.
a ladle. They're like,
Yeah.
when
Oh,
your pizza's
God.
done, they like put it all on top. Perfect.
Yeah, well, mine had so much grease, I had Olivia Newton-John like casted in it. So
Yeah. Do they have mountain mics out there? Like I guess
No,
both you guys.
No.
Is that okay. Is that a San Diego thing or a California thing?
No, it's probably a California thing.
Yeah. All right.
Because they have them up in Northern California. So
Gotcha.
it's a pizza place that is like Round Table. If you've ever been to Round Table.
Oh yeah.
Well, because it was
Yeah,
like
there's a Camelot pizza that does the same thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, because it was
Yeah, watch
the
out
other
with
day.
that name.
Like I got a pizza for me and Train. Pizza's so fucking expensive. It's nuts.
Yes.
It's like Jesus Christ. When you think about it, like
It's an investment.
yeah, it's like you always think of like,
Yeah.
oh, it's like the cheap college food. You get 3 pizzas. I'm like, that's fucking up my 401k to get 3 pizzas.
Well, you're going to the wrong places. You need to hit the hot and ready.
Yeah, hot and ready. Dude, hot and ready, fresh off the bacon rack. You
Is
can't
it?
beat that.
Is it still $5?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Is it $5?
that's
I was
Yeah.
another $1 more.
It's trash can after that, but yeah, it's $5.
Yeah, because I remember.
Eat it while it's hot, because after that, it is not good. You get some coating on the inside of your mouth, some aftertaste.
Yeah, Little
Yeah.
Caesars is all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We still have Cece's Pizza here too,
yeah, they're here too. There's a buffet style.
yeah,
but I don't have to dip in my 401k for that.
yeah. it was like almost like I think at the end with tip it was had it delivered and I'm like, this is only $30 for a pizza. Are you shitting me?
You have to cash in your Bitcoin. For
Yeah.
that.
Just sign away my truck. I'm like, here you have it. Like, sir, you still owe $10.
Yeah. There's a tip, sir.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus. But anyways, I don't get pizza all too often. But when I do, I'm like, holy shit. I think the last time I hung out with Train, he got pizza. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. No,
Well, you gotta look at whatever the deals are. You can't just get the same thing. You gotta plan it out.
yeah.
Because sometimes you get 2 mediums better than whatever the large is.
Where there's a spot over by Train, and he calls, and he's like, oh,
Fucking idiot.
where they like, hey, we have some pizza that somebody didn't pick up. Do you want it? Like, give it, $10. I'm like, got it. What is it? I don't care. I'm over there.
It's anchovy and peanut butter. I don't care.
Yeah.
Sold. For that price, you got it. For a 10 spot.
Oh, sounds like a win to me. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
Skate down the hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen to Sky the whole time.
Here I am.
Yeah.
Doing
Anyways.
everything.
Flesh in the gear.
But
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
you got some projects around the house.
Anyways, yeah, I got
Yeah.
projects. I got I'm extending another fence on the house, so pushing another like 20 feet forward on the house. So I'll have more trash to throw away.
Mm.
Thank God I got a freaking dumpster to throw it into.
Yeah.
Mr. Gorbachev, this wall will not stand.
I'm building another one.
Yeah.
Build another one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make them pay for it.
Have
Had to do it to him.
Oh man, let's just piss off all the Trump supporters right now. Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
I guess I got a new pedal, but I haven't played it yet. So I can't tell you.
What
tell
is
you
it?
I can't really tell you how it sounds, but it's the Idiot Box Effects Wild Kyle.
Mm.
Oh wow, they named a pedal after you.
I know it didn't come with a monster.
They named it after you, called Idiot Box, right?
Oh yeah,
Got
that's the signature actually right there.
All right,
Um,
Wild Kyle.
Yeah, so let me see if I can. So his doobie right there lights up with the LED.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
It's got a pot leaf right there. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
Oh, it's a doom pedal.
Yeah. Yeah. I know who the guy. It's like his signature pedal. I
Yeah.
don't really know what music he plays, but I'm sure it's something like
It
that.
requires a Mata amp or a green or
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played it. I just got today.
Mhm.
It arrived a day early. Johnny Ray, of course, he always sends me, the best of the best. He's on I'm on an idiot box kick, I guess. I'll just wait every year for him to send me a pedal.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I could get this pedal, but I bet Johnny will buy it for me. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh wow, good looking out.
Yeah. I do like
Yeah.
that. I got a gift from
No, he
Johnny.
always has he's got a good eye.
Yeah. And Kyle gets
He's
gear.
probably following
Yeah.
5,000 things on Reverb.
Like he gets Kyle gear, and then for me, he got me video games, Nintendo games. I'm like, that's pretty good.
$5 Chili's gift card.
That's pretty good.
What am I going to get with this?
The tip.
Yeah.
I got the tip.
Yeah.
Sure, $7. Shit. I'm taking those mints when I'm walking out. I'm grabbing a whole handful.
Yeah. Stuff your pockets with them.
Retribution.
Where's your flare?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
they don't. Did you flare Chili's? Anyways,
They do. Or was it
Okay.
Applebee's? Either way, I'm not allowed in either one.
Yeah. I got kicked out.
banned from nationwide. Your pictures in
Do
every
not
single
serve
manager's
this man.
office.
Yeah.
It's your picture.
Do that.
This ridiculous face.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's my what's new. Just working. It was really cold every day until today, and then it got up to like 80. Not really super hot. 85, just super bright sun.
Yeah. What
I'm like, this is miserable.
The one
I put
day
like
that you're
4
working out.
hours of working,
working
I'm like,
outside.
That's
yeah.
it. That's it. I couldn't work construction.
They
Yeah.
say this over here, say colder than a witch's city. They say that every year away. Yeah.
Colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra. That's the
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's the saying. Ain't that yeah, they're from the south.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
one's
another one they say.
Yeah.
And they also go,
Y'all
abri,
probably
abri,
have-
abri. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more yeehaw over there.
You're
We
like,
get the
"Oh,
yee
it's-"
yee.
You're like, oh, it's cold out. And you're like, and then they go, boy, you don't know what cold is. I fucking-"
Yeah, I can cut
They spit.
boy, I can cut glass with these nipples.
The year was 1979. We just had the coldest blizzard roll through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I
Boys
still
talk
hear
about
about
how-
the Blizzard 79, yeah.
Yes.
And then
My goats
93,
died
oh my
standing
god.
up.
Can they tell that you're from California because of your accent?
No,
Or-
not really. Because there's a lot of people that are like native here that
Yeah.
don't have accents.
Yeah.
It's usually like the old timers.
Mhm.
They got and they're always
Mhm.
going,
Yeah.
The
always spitting
spittoon.
in
The
this.
spitter.
Oh, hold on, we got a spit cut.
It's like hot. Yeah.
You're like, oh,
It's
beautiful.
gotta make the noise.
Oh
Yeah.
man, with what I do, I work in kitchens and stuff, but sometimes when you're working on something, people take their freaking wad and place it on top.
Oh my
the fucking.
God.
So I'm like, I'm
Save
like,
that for
oh,
later.
yeah, I'm like, why? There's a trash can literally right there.
Oh, I'm
It
gonna
lives
save.
right there.
No, I'm gonna save that.
Yeah.
That was
They're not okay. I should clarify. They're not making food, but you're still like in the
a
kitchen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Maybe someone came in like, oh, boss is here.
oh,
Yeah.
the spitter.
Like that's a better look.
Yeah, throw in the fucking trash. And also, when
No.
you go pull up to a gas pump, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure you see it too.
Yeah.
They're just like,
the watch like
clumps.
right there.
yeah, clumps on like either the floor or like on the trash can because they didn't make it in, or on top of the fucking gas pump. You're like, dude.
Yeah.
It's like science class. They're dissecting the owl pellets today because there's like a pile of them.
Yeah, I picture them. They get out of their freaking lifted 4-wheel drive Cummins, and it's like just like an owl. They just puke out a
Yeah.
pellet with bones and shit. It's got chicken bones,
Yeah, they hit Wingstop like right before.
lemon pepper wings.
No, it's gonna be barbecue. They're gonna do barbecue sauce.
Oh god.
Well, that's my what's new. So
Yeah.
Nice. All right, Tony.
Oh,
What's new with you?
well,
How you been? What's been?
oh man, I have a wad of things.
Yeah.
And speaking of wad, anyways, you got to throw down a wad. This year I got the Quad Cortex,
Hell
so
yeah.
that was a game-changing plan for my entire rig. So kind of a backstory. I play in like cover bands, and I still have a band that's on hiatus. Hiatus, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hiatus. Anyways, and it was a Christian rock band, so you can make fun of it or whatever, throw up that Hank Hill
Yeah.
reference that it shouldn't do that. But anyways,
What was it? It's like you're
uh,
not making,
yeah, you're not making Christianity or rock music even better, but yeah.
you're making them both
But
worse.
I got to open up for my peers, so I got to open up with bands like Disciple, Decipher Down, Demon
Mhm.
Hunter, like the good guys and stuff that I loved and stuff like that, played at Cornerstone, that kind of thing. But that was the 2000s, so that's when my mezzo recto really came into effect. I literally played with no pedals. Believe it or not, I had no pedals during that
Mm.
whole decade of playing. I literally had a wah pedal and a 25-foot cable and just have at it, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
But now with the Quad Cortex, like I could take it on the road,
Yeah. Yeah.
But basically just plug it in DI and rocking out. I can play from clean to mean. So I've been twanging
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
crazy.
Chicken
Yeah.
picking
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the way
Pick it yeah, to like Zach Wild.
Yeah.
Maybe not so much Wild Kyle over there, but
Yeah.
Playing CKY.
yeah.
You sent
And
us a video.
you've seen me play that just to be like one of the boys. I'd be like, I'm gonna send this, and the boys would be like, hell yeah,
You look at that like hell yeah.
yeah, uh,
I'm feeling down right now. I need a hell yeah from the boys.
It's like-
yeah.
The guys will watch this video and think, hell yeah. You standing in front of your mesa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Was
Yeah.
blasting that thing.
Yeah,
Well, because
I've
I
been
know.
pissing off all the tube purists out there,
Yeah.
because I got some of our buddies, friends of the show that are, they might have a 40 watt or plug into their effects loop that kind of hinted
Mhm.
at, hey, you should get the Quad Cortex. So I did and listened to the boys there and
Yeah, yeah.
been using that ever since. It's been great. The tube purists don't like it, but I'm gonna just say this: it sounds exactly plugged in, just like if you had a SM57 in front of it. So like, what's the difference, guys?
Mhm.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm running in ears, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, save your back.
yeah,
And,
And you can change the sound so fast on that. Try doing that on a tube amp.
Mhm.
Oh, let me go buy another one.
yeah.
you know.
Or changing the entire tube amp. Like, I don't want the mezzo, I want the slow or something else.
Yeah,
And we're like,
click.
just change it. Yeah, a click. Yeah. And they're like, that's cheating. I'm like, how's that cheating? That's a win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get everything all in one box, and I still put my analog effects through it. So I have some crazier stuff that I'm sure you guys see my Ghostbusters pedal called the Station 8. It was made by LRC, Little River Customs,
Mhm,
and
yeah.
it's fully DSP, so it does everything like the H9 plus every Strymon plus
wow.
everything
Okay.
that's out there. Any algorithm that could be made like on a Raspberry Pi or anything could be done on it. It's just incredible. And my buddy Nathan is just a wizard, a literal engineering wizard on circuitry. So I'll let him have free reign on it. Like, I got all these little modules, so I'm gonna show it on camera. But like, he sent me a mystery machine with 2 chips in it that has 16 banks of effects in it, and it's just through a 3.5 mil
Yeah.
plug that plugs into the back of it. So I have like expansion packs. I have DLC.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I got like the Ghost Trap from Ghostbusters as another one. Like, every time he's makes a new chip, it's like 16 more effects. So that's like
Mhm.
never ending for me. And through an analog path, and it has an added PT 2399 delay on
Okay, yeah,
just
yeah.
the right hand side of it. So I cheated. So
Well, that's cool. Do you
yeah.
use the Quad Cortex with your amp tube amps? So you get your Mesa and you got a PV 6505.
Yeah,
You put it in
I
the
got the
effects loop, or-
5150 and the 6505, and I have I've ran stereo for both, and I'm like, this is just overkill, because I mean, two 100-watt amps like side by side is just,
Yeah.
it's massive. Like, you can't even stand in front of it; it's just feedback the whole time. So
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But,
with the Quad Cortex, do you put it like in the effects loop, and you can use like I know it has like a shit ton of effects and stuff like that in it.
Oh yeah, I run parallel series,
Yeah.
like all that stuff. And the thing is, I could just drag and drop wherever something doesn't sound in phase or out of
Mhm.
phase. I do kind of a wet dry wet now instead of just wet dry. So when I have stereo effects, they're literally like ping pong and
Yeah, yeah.
everything else going on.
Mhm.
It's wonderful, But that's cheating because it's not analog. Like, oh my God.
Well,
But
yeah. Having the stereo amps and stuff like
yeah,
that, like when you're doing something like this is pretty cool, and you're like,
yeah.
hey, do you want to gig with that? No. And even we're talking about it. It's like sometimes it's like you'll have two amps and they're stereo, they should be wide, and front of house is
Mhm.
still going to put you to the left.
Yeah, you
Doesn't
only get
matter.
one side. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Or
like,
they cut you off completely and you have to use your stage sound to push
Mhm.
the venue or whatever, which kind of sucks because they're like, oh, this guitar's too loud. I'll just take them out of the mix.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's great. But anyways,
But
I'm
yeah.
enjoying myself.
Yeah,
That's
no, that's awesome.
kind of that's the whole thing really. Is like, are you
Yeah,
really
screw
enjoying
the
yourself?
haters,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. I mean, Susie out in the crowd's not going to care. Like,
Mhm.
they're there to skank or whatever, like mosh or
Mhm.
whatever they do. What the kids do these
Slam
days.
dancing kids.
Slam
out
dance,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Riz,
Yeah.
Like 45-year-old,
No
50-year-old
cap,
people,
you
I
know.
No slam
cap.
dancing, everyone. No moshing.
Yeah, no bussing.
Yeah, you just start throwing out whatever like Gen Z terms you
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah,
Riz.
the Riz, yeah.
What the hell that is?
Yeah. Well, they stole that from like the Sesame Street Muppets character,
Yeah.
or actual Grease, the Riz. That chick scared me.
Yeah.
But but yeah, I mean, not to brag on the quad cortex or anything, it really did simplify a lot of things for me. And I've just been playing DI, and to me, like, I'm not saying I'm tone deaf, but like that all you got to do is just dump off the 8K, the hiss of any of those modelers out there, and it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gonna tell the difference.
Was this year the first time you kind of played something like an amp modeler like that? Like for not just like
Yeah.
messing around with the kidney bean or whatever, because we all know that that's okay, but it's like this is one thing that you got for the purpose of like recording, being in a band, because you're like that's not cheap.
It had to be a do all be all kind of thing.
Mhm.
And I was like, it had to be the one. I was looking at Fractal and Kemper, and then they came out with the quad in 2020 and promised a bunch of stuff.
Mhm.
And I was like, I'm gonna sit on this for a little while. I don't want to change everything because kind of what made me famous was my pedal cab that had the pedal board that flipped out the back of it.
Yeah.
And I used that for stereo wet dry, and I used just a Hot Rod Deluxe for like my dry signal, and I used my stereo cab that it folded into for all my wet effects.
Mhm.
And I pushed it with the basically a Class D power amp. And I did analog for the longest time. It's great. I just kept switching all these pedals out all the time because I just wasn't satisfied with overdrive X, Y, or Z.
Mhm.
And trying to support all the small builders out there that I've really supported over the years, which are now part of my collection. So now I have kind of a catalog of guys that are, some of them actually no longer in business. Kind of sad, but a lot of my friends over the years that I've supported and shared gear with and that kind of thing. They're no longer on my board, but I can capture them, which is the best thing about the Quad Cortex 2 is now I can have these little snapshots. Like, well, Line 6 has snapshots, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like able to put a catalog together, but
Mm.
I don't know. That's cheating, I guess. But
No,
I don't want to take up all my what's new on that. But I really reinvented my entire rig this year.
Yeah.
From what I had the previous year, and it's giggable, and it's a fly rig too. Like literally, it's like no footprint to the thing. So
yeah. You stay fly. No.
yeah, stay fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a tuner in that thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the most expensive tuner right now, I think.
Yeah.
But
Or the Fender Tone Master might be. I don't know because the quad did drop down $100 in price.
oh, nice. Yeah. I remember seeing those videos. I think kind of any way you choose with a lot of these modelers and stuff like that. It's like Line 6, they're great. Fractal, they're great. Quad Cortex. I think it's just
Brian's back on the Line 6 train.
Still have
sounds
mine.
like.
It's not a bandwagon, guys.
Yeah.
It's not a race. It's not a competition. It's art.
a lot more. I know my
Shame on you.
Yeah.
My guitarist, Adam, for just in case he kind of found, he got the, I think is it the amplifier box, that one? That
Yeah.
So he was like, oh, for he's like started like researching. And it's like, oh, I really like this as like a DI solution. It's a little bit more simple for him. He's like, I want just something that's like a good, cab IR amp in a box deal. And then he's like, oh, I can use this for, DI for when we play gigs, or if it's like, what if my amp blew out at a show? It's small enough, the size, to keep it. He's like, I'm gonna keep it on my board the whole time. So that's his, for going into 2024, just always having that amplifier box on his rig, and we practice with that because he's like, oh, for practice he brings his Mesa, 1x12 combo. But even though it's a 1x12, that's still a heavy amp.
Yeah,
it's a heavy amp, and it's like, okay, if I could save me doing this, I'd rather.
Is that the studio or the caliper? Or...
it's an older one from the 90s, so before the rectifier.
The Mark Little Boogie?
No, I'm trying. I had to look at a picture of it.
It has to be like the studio or caliper or something like that.
It's a 50 watt, right?
Yeah. It's not the Nomad.
The 50-50?
No.
Or 55? Not that one?
Yeah.
Either way, I know it's just a little black box of a 112, and
but I mean, there's still
the
pretty
Mesa logo on the front.
Still pretty good size.
Yeah, I thought it said Mesa Boogie on the front of it, actually.
Is it minus the 5-band sliders?
Yeah.
Could be a Nomad.
I can't remember and he talks about it all the time. I already forget the name of it. F50.
Oh, yeah.
F50.
Oh, the F50, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm like, I kept wanting to say Nomad. I'm like, that wasn't it. It's definitely not a rectifier. But yeah, so it's like smaller amp than like, a 412, but it's still like it's still pretty decent.
Oh, that'll carry a room for real.
Decent weight too. I think that's more the concern. Like, I want to drag this out every time, but he's like, oh, if we play a gig, I'm definitely want to bring my amp. And I'm like, but he's like, oh, for band practice, I'm like, yeah, I can get away with a little amp in a box deal. I'm like, none of us are gonna be like, there's an Mesa sound. He's like, I can get something close enough, and it's like, whatever. And then also to have the backup. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. But anyways, besides the Quad Cortex, Tony, what else is new?
Oh, I've been volunteering for a nonprofit, and I've seen a lot of concerts this year. So I've seen like The Offspring, Sum 41, Newfound Glory, like a lot of people that you guys probably listen to.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I got to see Tenacious D, and kind of the weirdest thing is like I usually walk through when they're doing sound check, and Jack Black was doing their sound check. Him and Kyle were up on the stage, and he's just like, "Hey, you, are you a gamer?" And I threw up the horns. I was like, "No, I'm a rocker." And he was like, "Is your beard real?" I said, "Yes, it's real." And I tugged on it. He was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he just carried on with the sound check. I thought that was like the coolest thing, but that was like kind of the highlight of my year this year was like volunteering for that, and handing people their White Claw and asking them for a tip. It's kind of.
Mr.
Been
Black,
my second or third job. Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope. Yeah.
I mean, a $20 White Claw, but
yeah. Everyone's broke already.
I get you. Yeah. At those concerts.
And you tell them their limits too. They're like, 2, really?
They've already pre-gamed, before they came in.
Oh yeah, it's the EDM concerts, the ones that are all jacked up on Molly when they walk in. That's when I really people watch.
Oh shit!
I've never been to one of those things, but
I didn't go by
I don't
choice.
really want to.
It was working the events,
work,
and then
you're like,
that's been fun.
I
get in the back door of a lot of places now because of that, which is pretty cool. So.
Just wear your shirt.
Yeah, just wear my shirt. Yeah, staff.
Yeah.
I'm a staffer. Yeah, got the staph infection.
Yeah.
That's or the good. Security blazer or like the windbreaker.
Yeah, I need to work out more for that. But
you just show up to like a sporting event.
Yeah.
You're the only one wearing like a red one. And everyone's wearing yellow. You must be the manager.
Yeah, and just wear some Doc Martens.
Yeah, or just wear a headset or whatever, and you just walk around. Yeah.
Act like you're talking to someone walking in the door.
Well, we had a buddy who, like, when the Ataris, one time they came to San Diego, a buddy of ours was drumming for them. And then, so I was like, oh, I'll get you on the guest list. So he got me and Kyle on so we can go backstage and hang out or whatever. But we also had another friend that we knew from years ago, bands and stuff like that. He was in town, and then he's like, "Oh, it's like, oh, how'd you get in? Do you know, the guys in the Atari?" He's like, "No, I just have a bunch of like, those passes or whatever that says all access pass." He's like, "I got like 3 of them on my belt, and I just showed it to the guy in front. So now I'm walking around over the venue." And he's like, "That's a good move. Just carry these." And it's like, you flash it to the people they don't know. They're not actually going to read it.
They're not going to scan it either.
Yeah. The small tour.
If you pass the little wand check, you're good, man.
Yeah. So he just has it on his belt loop. He's like, "Oh, all access for the tour." He's like, "Oh, this is a tour from like last year." I think he helped out with merch for some bands, and then he's just like, "Yeah, no, I just want to see the Ataris, but I can go anywhere I want." Because most the security guards, they're not looking at shit. But nice.
Anyways, Brian, I'm sure you got some new stuff.
See, I gave myself a haircut, and it's not my best work, so hence the hat.
Is that why you're wearing a hat?
Yeah, so be for a little bit here until it grows out. I essentially took an 8, and I'm like, all right, just around the sides and the back. And I'm like, oh, I think I took a little bit too much. Oh, shit. Well, Kyle, thank you for the hat. Ma'am.
Looking out, I love when my boys succeed.
Yeah, and I'm like, well,
yeah.
So I'm, for a couple weeks here, it'll grow out. It'll be fine. And see, I start going bald only on the sides.
Yeah, thank God they don't do school pictures at your age. Like,
oh man,
go to work today. We're having school pictures done. You're like, no,
what the fuck? Yeah,
I've done that. I don't know if I talked about that before, but I cut my
chop out of the bangs. That day.
Yeah, I've done that where I cut my hair like the day before or the day of, the morning of.
Yeah.
Pictures. I think I was at kindergarten or whatever. My mom was like, "All right, we're going to the barber. You're getting it all buzzed down."
Yeah, that's a good move for kids. Just cut it all off.
Because you're going to get lice anyway, so let's just get it.
Oh, dang.
Let's just do it.
Do you ever get lice?
Yeah. Oh, it sucks.
Lice.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had lice multiple times.
Oh, shit. That sucks.
When I was in elementary school.
It's always elementary, yeah.
Right.
Must have been a cesspool because I had it like 3 times.
Did you get chicken pox too?
Yeah.
I had chicken pox. I had scarlet fever too. It was a vacation, actually. When I think of that, I was just at home a lot.
Yeah, a whole bottle of calamine lotion.
You're like Cartman, you'd bathe in it. The calamine lotion.
God, they had lice shampoo on the ready in the nurse's office when I was in school.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like that for your school.
I just kept getting it. So like it would just go like I'd finally get rid of it, and then it would come back around like a week or 2 later. My parents were like, "What the hell? We just got rid of this."
It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I'm cutting my hair just down to the friggin', skin.
They big
almost. Yeah. I was like,
Buzzcut it is.
They give you the Vin Diesel.
What's that kid show where the kid has no hair?
Oh, Caillou. Like Caillou, the most hated cartoon character of all time.
Like, dude, why does that kid not have hair?
Mm-hmm.
He's a narc.
Always telling on his brother or his whatever his other kids. Yeah.
I never had lice, but I remember that was one of my mom's like biggest like fears. Like that. Yeah. One of the kids.
I don't think you could have got lice though, because being tribal and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't know. Well, I was just saying because, like growing up from trailer parks and apartment complexes,
they don't want
kerosene. Well, you had kerosene heaters in the winter, and kerosene had something to do where it got rid of the lice too. But it's also like your types of hair.
Oh, really?
And there were certain types of people that, because of their hair, they couldn't get lice.
Oh,
so
I wonder if that's it. But it definitely like I remember like that was like, as a kid growing up, that would have been the end of the world. Like how my mom like that, like that was like the enemy of the household is lice. And I'm like, oh my God. Cause like I think at one time she was going to school for like hair and like cutting hair and hairstyle. And then like just the idea of like cutting somebody's hair and they have lice. It just like, she's like,
oh yeah.
I would just start freaking her out. And then I'm like,
start dry heaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine getting lice now in this fucking beard. I had to.
Oh, dude,
you torch it.
I couldn't lose my beard, man. Like nobody would be able to identify me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I remember that always just like I'm like, man, is this like an epidemic? this is a pandemic
Yeah.
for lice.
Yeah, of the major things in your life that would have ruined it as a child.
Yeah, because I think there was like one time where I was like, oh,
Broken game controller first.
Yeah.
That's number one.
Oh, geez.
and then
No.
the thing is, the three of us, like my sisters and I, none of us ever got it. There was like, I think there was like maybe a lice scare, like somebody in the school or a class or whatever got it, and so they sent out letters to the kids to bring to their parents. And my mom's like, "Whoa, Jesus!" Like she's like, it's like
That's it. You guys are going into private school.
it's like bam, 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 like the red signals are going off, and she's like checking all of us, and she's like, I always remember that. like this is it, we're done. The Gower household.
You guys had the good hair. That's not fair.
Okay, maybe that's why we never got it. But she was definitely never letting her guard down. But
all right, in this one case, I'm the degenerate. All right, keep going.
We'll get to how I'm garbage in a little bit here in a second. But I fell for an IG Facebook ad, so they got me. So
was it AI?
No,
you got catfish?
I got catfish.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
this anime girl is real this time.
Oh, you got floundered
this time.
I don't know if you've seen these. So I have like neck and back pain and shoulders and stuff like that. I try and stretch it. I don't do as good of a job of stretching as I should. I go to the chiropractor sometimes or whatever. And I do have like, it's like, I feel like my neck is super tense, like, I don't know if it's, like, this is probably not real, but like I keep my tension in, like my stress all builds up in my neck, like kind of where
your aura is.
Yeah.
Right?
Where my neck meets my skull. And so I saw an ad for like a roller. You can roll like your muscles out.
Neck meat? Like, is there a pack of hot dogs back there?
Yeah, I got the hot dogs back here.
Brian, bring me out some of that neck meat.
You got
or it's like the turkey neck meat.
Yeah, turkey neck.
Yeah.
Chicken. We got a bunch of chicken patties back here, but so it's where
nuggies.
Yeah, my neck and skull, they connect in a sense. I feel like those muscles are super tense. So a roller to where like you roll out your muscles. It's a brand called Chirp, and so they make this.
Oh, I've seen those.
I saw it and I'm like, okay, let me just try. It's $20 or whatever, and get it on Amazon. And so you roll and it's like here on your neck and you lay on the ground. So like,
God, that's like Magnum sized.
Yeah, well, they make.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks like a fleshlight.
They make bigger ones. Yeah, not for me.
If you got chode, there's your tuna can fleshlight right there.
So it's like kind of like a foam roller, but like molded with like the idea is like that it's supposed to be different like. Whatever.
It's too smooth on the inside.
Pressure points.
And it vibrates?
It'd be like, if somebody is like massaging your neck and they put thumbs or whatever.
Yeah. The pinch points, as
exactly.
they call it. Yeah.
I've been using that for a few days now. I'm like, let's just try it. If it doesn't work, whatever. It's just plastic and just going to go in the trash.
You can use tennis balls too, by the way.
I have not a tennis ball, but another. It's really hard. It's like it's like another ball kind of situation, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that, but I'm like, well, let me try this if it's specifically for it. I roll out on pressure points in my back, and then
wait. Since you're on the West Coast, wouldn't it be specifically for that?
Specifically, and I don't know. I mean, it's the you see all the Facebook, Instagram ads like, "Hey guys, this thing is the best." Whoa! And I'm like using it. I'm like, I don't know, but that does seem like something targeted towards me. I'm like, let's just try it, and it's actually pretty fucking great. It's like I feel like my neck muscles are actually relaxing.
Well, stay off TikTok because everything of the sponsored content on TikTok now is a shop.
Yeah, and I'm like, they got me, and they got me. But so far, I'm like, okay, well, it's actually, I feel like my neck muscles are finally like relaxing to where it feels like, you've worked out, like your chest after you've done a bench press and stuff like that the next
loose.
day. And then finally I'm like, oh shit, it must have been just like a ball of just like for a year or whatever, just like my neck muscles, and now my shoulders are starting to loosen up. I'm like, Jesus Christ. What am I so stressed out about?
And you paid a chiropractor a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just $20 to some dude on Instagram.
Well, I think some of the best is like, but it's like money is like deep tissue massage. It's great, but I'm like, okay, that's fucking $75.
They always want more, though.
$60.
They always try to work down when they're, they always try to never mind.
Yeah, like a yeah, I know. You're like happy ending massage or whatever. I do. I've never been to a place.
Super handsy, those ones.
Yeah.
Never been to
now
a place.
Now it comes in the chair, and the chair has to like rotate. What in the world's going on here?
You like on
this is for neck pain.
Yeah, like on off.
Why am I dangling from the ceiling at this point?
Well, Trains talked about on Off the Rails, where it's like some guy walked into a legit place. And he was pissed that it wasn't a hand job jerk shack, and he was like, "Where am I? Where's my fucking jerk off? Where's the fucking hey?
Where's the wink and a nod?"
And then Trains actually he could hear it. It's like because they're not like separated rooms. It's like the door.
Jesus.
He's like, what is this guy's problem? You're blowing up the spot, and you just sound like a fucking pervert. Like
it's supposed to be a speakeasy or something, right?
Yeah. There's like a spot over by Kyle's old house in San Diego where it's like, why is the massage place open at like 11:30? And then that guy knocks on a certain time and he just a certain way and he just goes in. I'm like, oh, that's not a real massage place.
Dude comes out smoking a cigarette. You're like, oh, sick.
Ripping and burning.
The boys will see that and be like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. We go line up. When's my turn? But yeah, so
massage envy. What were we supposed to envy in there?
So
you guys do group discounts.
Yeah, so it's a like silly thing, but I'm like, man, it's actually really working. So I definitely have my guard up a lot for like ads that you get on like Facebook. I'm like, oh, this is the best weighted blanket or whatever. I'm like, fuck needs a weighted blanket?
A Snuggie.
Yeah, it's just random shit too, and I'm like,
weighted blankets. God damn.
That was like a big thing like 3 years ago. Now they're coming back. I tell you, I bet 2024 is going to be the year of the weighted blanket.
I got the fidget toys, like all the different ones. Here's a block. You push the pins in here, and it creates a puzzle. And I'm like, oh no, they trapped me again.
Damn it.
Oh, geez, this is Milton Bradley. This is Rat Trap. I remember this game.
Yeah. So, and then final what's new. So I have no gear. So this is all just me. So I finally brought in and all my cans and bottles and plastic bottles, glass bottles into recycling. So I cashed in, baby.
You cashed them in for a total of one pizza.
Yeah, pretty much actually here in San Diego. I got $182.
Damn.
So
that's not bad.
Yeah, dude, keep that away from Newsom. He's gonna want a slice of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of White Claw cans.
He busts in. Hey, we need this for San Francisco.
Yeah, he takes your cans to dump them on the street.
Yeah, he slices the bag and throws it out there.
Thanks. You're doing the state of service.
Yeah, but I'm like, all right, all my collecting and sorting or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, that's not too bad. Not too shabby. I definitely
not too shabby.
$182. I'm like, all right, this is like, coming in time for Christmas. When you're buying the gifts and stuff like that, and you're like, it's like, oh, what do you want for Christmas? AirPods. I'm like,
I better be getting something real good, Brian.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten you jack shit, but I was gonna ask.
That's almost a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Yeah. I was like, I can't think of what to get for you. Pedals, I guess. Kyle, is that good?
Sure.
Yeah.
Whatever. What else? I mean,
I guess if you really,
probably,
if you really
don't,
you're
gonna buy me a gun.
You don't really know me.
Finger guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cheapest one.
There you go, Kyle.
Yeah. What size hug do you want, Kyle?
Yeah.
I give you this one, or I give you this one.
Yeah. I just send you this.
Shipping though.
Thing.
You'll have to pay for shipping.
Yeah, he bought the mouth hug though.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of it. And I'm like, okay. So update. I do have like now in my notes section on my phone, like, because I was wondering, like, I wonder how much I got last time. So it was like around 130 last time, and then 180, 180 this time. So I think I waited a little longer. So last time I went was in April. I'm like, all right. So 8 months of trash in my truck. I'm driving around. It was literally full, just in the back of my truck. And I'm like, all right, that's the way to do it. That's how you get to maximize your. I'm sure that's probably like what you say. It's wasting my gas. carrying that load around?
It's not like you drove to pick up individual cans, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you were like driving down the street.
Yeah.
You just
Burning
had
down
it in the
the
back
avenue.
of your truck, so maybe the weight coefficient,
But
That was a 26% increase on gains.
drag.
yeah. But I'm like, all right, this is just like a way to support my bad behavior. But like, I got money. I was jammed up. And now I can flourish for, a few more days here in December,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so, Kyle, I know you hate the fact that I recycle. Even though I've heard multiple times in multiple like ways that the recycling that we do in the US, it just pretty much just goes to another country and they just dump it.
Because of China, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, that's...
Hope you feel good about yourself.
I'm like, well, that's... Well, at least it's not coming here.
My dad
How about
scraps
that?
a lot.
What do you think about that, huh?
Yeah. My dad will get like spare AC HVAC units and tears the copper out of them and stuff and breaks them down.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Lord's work, though.
Yeah.
Brian, though, on that hand.
We take all of our trash and we give it to another country.
Yeah.
They take it and they...
Not our problem.
Not
That's
our
actually
problem
a great
anymore.
idea.
And we feel good about ourselves.
Filing that under not my job.
That's not my job. Anyways, so that's what's news. Let's do a quick topic. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
All right.
Quick. Yeah.
We don't have to speed
You better
run this.
make it quick.
Think of one, quick.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Name all the topics.
So,
Hot topic. What's the other one?
yeah.
Topical.
Oh man, that's a cream or a lotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. So, Adam, guitarist from a band, he texted me. It's like, okay, what would be a good gift for a beginner guitarist who has, the basics, playing guitar for a little bit. They have, the guitar, amp, cable, picks, and shit like that. What would be something that like would be a good like Christmas gift? So maybe for teenager, maybe somebody who's just starting out, or even an adult who's kind of just like, oh, they kind of don't know what you don't know yet. Because I know for me, like starting out on bass, I'm like, I didn't know all the shit you had to buy for it. But I don't know, Tony, feel like you got something.
Oh god, there's so many things because I want to say like the Line 6 Spider on insane mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to experience everything.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to
you
go
have.
and when I was 15, I had the Fender Frontman 25, which
Me
has
too.
the overdrive button. You push it, and it was like the instant Metallica button for some
Yeah.
reason. The straight B's. And then I had the Zoom 505.
Yeah.
This thing's cooking. If for a front man, you think
Yeah.
there's tubes in there? Man, these
Oh,
tubes
yes.
really.
It's loud.
frying.
Yeah, my neighbors hate me right now.
Yeah. I had that
They
same.
look mad.
I had that same amp, and I remember just like the fact that I had the distortion button. I'm like, this is fucking,
Yeah.
so sounds like Blink-182.
Yeah.
You remember how to dial that amp in? You turn the bass all the way up.
Mhm.
You turn the treble all the way up, and you turn the mid all the way down.
Yeah. That's how you get that scoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was already like mid heavy anyway, so adding the extra overdrive and then taking the volume knob and going all the way up, you got a little bit of extra distortion because it like clipped out
Yeah.
the speaker.
So I remember a buddy.
Speaker's ready to fucking blow out of that thing.
Yeah, a buddy of
Yeah.
mine, like he was starting guitar kind of when I was starting to play music, and he had like like the little crate, was it GLX 15 or whatever it is, and then he, like I was like, oh, there's this button, and then he's like, oh no, yeah, and I'm like, this is don't touch
hit that.
exactly. So I touch it, and that's the overdrive button.
It's like no,
because he was just playing clean constantly, he's just learning your chords and kind of going, you're practicing or whatever. And I hit that, I'm like, that sounds so much cooler, practice that way. And he's like, no, it's gonna ruin the amp, I'm like, why would they put a button on there to kill the amp? I'm like, that's the distortion sound.
That's what his parents told him. Like the first time he
because I'm
pushed the
sure
button.
they're like,
You're
yeah,
ruining the amp.
Yeah, his parents also told him that when the ice cream truck plays music, that they're out of ice cream.
yeah.
It's the same. Why are they driving around the neighborhood?
Just to let you know that they're out.
Did that GLX have the dual chorus where it had the two chorus 1 and chorus 2 knob on
That
it?
one didn't have it. It just
Why
had the
would you
distortion.
want-
Two courses.
We ran out of ideas. They probably had an idea to have another effect in there, like just double the circuit.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Parallel them.
Yeah.
Just do it again.
Shit.
They're like paying them left and right.
Yeah, not was it a dual? Is that two 12s on that thing?
Mhm.
No.
Well,
probably not
that one was just like a one. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's not the same one I was thinking of then.
No, it's just a 15-watt little practice amp, but it was like 1/8-inch speaker or something like that.
Oh, like the Gorilla. The Gorilla's another good option, by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zoom 505, that was my first pedal. I
Mhm.
still rave about that because it actually had a ping pong delay in stereo.
Okay.
And everybody dumps on that pedal, but man, I tell you, the delays in that pedal is great. And then my favorite effect in it's called the step filter. It's like an envelope filter, tremolo, flange, all built into one, and it's just
Nice.
that's my favorite effect of all time because I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, and it's like strictly just like a multi-effects pedal. Does it have like
Yeah.
distortion and stuff like that in it?
Well, it actually had amp simulation in it, and it was basically just a glorified EQ to kind of tame it a bit because it's great in headphones, but like plugging it to a real amp, you get the hiss and hum. So, yeah.
Picking up radio stations in the Soviet Union.
Yeah. You
Well-
start hearing other languages, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then the guitar was a PV Raptor, which was the knockoff Strat with the dual humbucker in it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a great 15-year-old setup there as a beginner.
But you think like a
But-
505, if you can find one, that'd be a good
Oh,
gift.
Yeah, I lucked out with mine. I found one new in the box just recently, and I think I only gave $20 for it.
Yeah.
Because it was buried in a store's inventory that's
Mhm.
been there since yesteryear. So
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Would that be like a good gift? Because you're like, oh, I had to give this to like some kid. You're
I
like,
think the Zoom G2 was the upgraded version from that in the 2000s. You can
Yeah.
find those $40 all day long on
Mhm.
Reverb and that kind of thing. And then not to dump on them, but the RP50 Digitex,
yeah,
they're like throwaway pedals, yeah. But it's like here's your first world of effects. Try this.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
hit buttons until you like something, Do that for a 15-year-old. They were like, "Oh wow, I love this."
You'll
I'm gonna
love
find
this
out
or
that-
make you give up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like because when I was like, 15, 16 or whatever, I thought the Line 6 pod was the coolest thing in the world. Like I wanted one so bad. I had friends who had them. I'm like, fuck. And then, but those weren't cheap back in the day. So I think like if you can get, beginning guitarists like a multi, effect pedal, I think that's a good way to go. Because I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Sonic Cake. So it's a little mini pedal. The Fifth Dimension. So it's actually been on my save list. Is that what?
The warp dimension?
No, that one is
Is that it?
the fifth
Oh.
one. So
The fifth one. Yeah, Sonic Cake's making a lot of stuff now
Really
too.
good
It's
stuff.
actually decent,
yeah, it's got phaser, flange. It's got auto wah, has roto vibes. Obviously has choruses and shit like that. And I'm just thinking like, has like 11 different effects that you kind of just click to.
Oh
and then
yeah,
you-
is it the little black enclosure?
Yeah, a little
like a
mini.
mini pedal.
That's all. It was on my list. Like I have it saved because I'm like, oh, that'd be cool for my mini board. I'm already done with the mini board. I should move on, but I still have it saved. Just kind of watching out,
yeah.
looking.
Those
for
are cool.
But if you're
I
like
think I got a Gamma or Flamma. Is that Flamma?
Yeah.
How do you say that?
Mm,
Flamma. Flamma.
It's
I got
like
one that does the
flame.
same thing. Okay, there's like 11 things on there.
I bet that's
Chorus,
the same
flange,
fu-
trim,
same circuit.
phase. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. Stutter,
Mhm.
ring modulator, and low bit, which I think is 8-bit, but
yeah. So
it's nuts how many they shove in that little box.
So I bet
Yeah.
that's the same circuit. It's just in a different box because I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Like the controls look exactly the same, and they're different spots. But I'm thinking that'd be a great gift for, and they're like the new. If you're gonna buy a brand new one, Sonic Cake, I'm sure you can find them used, $50. That's all it's gonna be. I'm like, give that to the kid, and you're like,
Yeah.
That's less than a pizza.
yeah.
Not in California, apparently.
Yeah, less than a pizza.
Because your gas is still $5 a gallon, so you got to get
Jesus.
there.
No, it's gone down. It's $4.59. Calm down.
Yeah.
We're at 256 here, and the Carolinas.
Jesus Christ! I
Same
got to
thing
drive
here.
over there to fill up.
Yeah. All the way. It takes like 24 whole hours to just drive straight here.
And I, and I get out of my truck and slip on somebody's shoe. Boom!
Hit your head and die.
Yeah,
my
wad
truck,
of tobacco.
my truck spins out like Mario Kart, but instead of banana peels, it's chew. Somebody's tobacco.
Grizzly long cut.
Yeah, that long
driving
cut.
over.
that I'm spitting out on.
Watch out for the long cut! Oh, shit! You just drive into the gas station. You can't just
Yeah.
stop. Just,
Just slide spit out. Yeah.
it explodes like in the movies. Just
California man visiting South Carolina.
It's the
Killed 70
propane tanks.
people.
yeah,
Yeah, 70 people inside this gas station.
it's just like RoboCop
It
out
was
of
Powerball
nowhere
night.
walks out.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Anyway, so we're thinking the same way. Kyle, do you have an idea what you would get?
I was thinking more like individual effects. I mean, when you're just beginning,
Yeah.
I mean, you're just kind of trying out everything. I think if that's what I've noticed with letting my sister borrow an amp, she's like, yeah, just really boring sounding because it's like it's clean, right?
Yeah.
So just like maybe a distortion or an overdrive, just to add a little bit of flavor to it, just a little bit, where you're just simmering, not where they're, playing Master of Puppets or anything on there, but maybe a chorus or something that just makes it a little more interesting.
Yeah,
because people playing guitar, like I don't know if you've had this before, but you plug in a guitar only to the amp and like, oh, what's that? Like that. This is how a guitar sounds without any, clean. This is what clean guitar sounds like. It's kind of boring,
Yeah.
Although clean guitar is nice, people don't understand. They think that you're gonna rip like Eddie Van Halen immediately.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sound they're waiting for when you.
They go
when
for
you plug it in.
Thunderstruck now. So,
Yeah. Well, I had a friend who was like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "It's guitar in the amp." He's like, "Why doesn't it sound like a rock song or whatever?" I'm like, "That you have to have effects, or your amp. You really have to freaking crank this thing,
or
to get it. We're not doing. You had that AC30 at my house, and we're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not gonna, blow out the windows in this tiny garage."
And even
maybe a 30 watt wouldn't really do that, but
it'd be loud as hell. Yeah,
I wouldn't want to. It wasn't my amp either. So, but yeah, that some people are confused with that. It's like, yeah, you usually add effects to, or your amp is attenuated and you're, pushing,
or it has a gain channel, like a drive.
Yeah,
channel.
a gain. Yeah.
And then,
so you're not getting them a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier, like for
no,
the
you're
first
not
thing?
doing that. You
Get
might
that
give them
for
like
Christmas.
a little like practice amp, and then maybe a pedal that isn't gonna destroy that amp too. I mean,
like a big muff or something.
yeah, just add a little color. Because this is boring. I don't know.
A wah pedal would be a fun first pedal. I feel like that's a wah pedal, because I feel like that's one, like, I didn't get into a wah pedal until way late in the game. Like, that would be just like, if you're gonna have amp distortion already, like maybe they have like Marshall GFX or whatever it is.
Oh, the MG, yeah.
Yeah, the MG amp.
Oh.
Like, okay, they got the gain on there already, but like, give them a wah so they can fuck around with that. I'm like, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
They might be like, oh shit.
I was thinking like DS1.
Yeah.
Just so they're cooking.
Yeah.
Right. Let them cook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe a shitty chorus, just off of Amazon.
Small Stone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just do Nirvana.
Yeah.
Was it the Neo clone from EHX? I like that one a lot, because it's not the Nano clone. That one sucked, but the Neo clone was good. And then those are cheap. I mean, I'm sure you get
I
those.
got one of those at my pawn shop over here.
But yeah,
go snag it up.
And then
anyway, just cheap. Just if you can, if you
Used
want,
pedals.
build them a pedal board, or just give them pedals, throw them on the floor.
Yeah.
Show them how they work. Because another thing is people understand that they don't always that your signal goes from right to left. So you might want to show them the ropes a little bit, drop a little. At least when I'm thinking about if I were to give my sister pedals, she wouldn't know what the fuck to do with them.
Yeah,
She plays guitar and just kind of messes around with guitar and piano.
and chords. Yeah,
But you wouldn't know. Okay,
They would
these
plug
have
them
to-
in backwards or something, right?
Yeah,
like here's the
backwards.
input, the output. you know.
Yeah, and then they have to be powered individually.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta walk them through it a little bit.
hmm
But I think just maybe like 2 or 3 pedals, or maybe even just one.
yeah.
It's like, here you go. Maybe next year, if you get, you won't get a lump of coal. Maybe you'll get a Strymon timeline. No,
Oh yeah, no, I like that because you get a couple pedals. That way they can understand. Like, oh, it's not just one and done. Like you can have
Yeah.
multiple. So that's actually good or bad, but you give them the bug right away. Like, hey, here's 2 or 3 pedals, cheap ones, and it's like
cheap ass ones.
and
Yeah.
show you
Yeah.
how to connect them, how the power works, and the signal flow, how it goes. And you're like, oh,
Here's
now
a
they're
Metal Zone, the shittiest sounding,
off to the
best
races.
EQ pedal ever.
Watch your mouth, young man.
Mhm.
Yeah. No,
I still love that one.
Mhm.
I have a Motto one that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And then
Can of bees.
yeah. I do like that
These are
idea.
like buff bees.
Yeah. I said the multi effects because that's the gateway drug for
Yeah.
effects, in my opinion. And then the bug is really like switching out all the overdrive, switching out all the modulated and time-based
Mhm.
effects to your heart's desire, and then end up broke like us.
Yeah.
Well, some of those, some of those Boss pedals, like the multi effects Boss pedals,
Yeah.
like the GT whatever. Those are pretty cheap.
hmm
They're
Yeah.
for like under $100. You know, so
Mhm.
you get one pedal and you go, here, stop bugging me.
Yeah.
No.
And I think when I was like first starting out, I didn't even think that was like a possibility. Like
Yeah.
multi effects in pedals in general. I just had
Yeah,
no clue.
Here's a tube screamer,
Yeah. And
cheap ass one.
I talked about it on the show. It's like my first like gigging amp that we did for guitar was a big old crate with like the carpet fuzz on its like half stack, and then a
Dog hair on it.
DS1 cat hair. It had cat hair on there. A DS1, and that was my rig. And I think a tuner. So it was a tuner, DS1. I used batteries because I didn't know what the hell paddle powers were or whatever. So I'm like, oh, 9 volt. Let's put a 9 volt in there. And so that was my rig. And I connected the TU2 with the DS1 with a cable, not a patch cable. So I had like, because I didn't know.
A long ass.
Yeah.
Insurance cable.
Yeah, because I'm like, well,
Man,
you got to buy
it's for
those.
capacitance.
Yeah. And I'm like, you got to buy those too? And I'm like,
Gotta have a balanced signal.
like
you
I didn't
know.
have much money. I worked cashier at an Indian food takeout place. And like, I'm jammed up. I don't have money for a patch cable. So I'm like, all right, I'll come back later. But that was my
God.
rig. It sounded like dog shit.
At 15, I'd be a balanced pedal. I'd be pulling out the scales like
Yeah.
this one's heavier than the other one.
And then I remember saving up. And then I finally, let's say working that takeout job, and I've got enough money. So I just jumped into getting a dual rectifier with a 1960 Marshall cap. That was it. Boom. And then I never thought about pedals ever again.
You did it right.
And I didn't think about pedals and effects until
Tone is in the fingers.
because I'm just like, oh, this is a Mesa sound. That's punk rock. That's the punk sound. That's it. Fuck everything else. I don't need pedals. And I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of even thought when I saw people with pedals, I'm like, oh, you need pedals to compensate for, because I was stupid. And then I didn't even get into the idea of thinking,
What are you, the keyboard player?
Yeah. What is this, Dance Dance Revolution on here? Just hitting all these buttons? Get the fuck out of here. I would not even, never on the radar, at all. And then it was like 2013, I started thinking about pedals. Maybe 2012, maybe. It was just like, and then I'm like, oh, I should have gotten into these probably like 6-7 years ago.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, Mesa Boogie, not too bad of a sound. I'm just saying.
Mm-mm, not at all.
It'd be a fun thing to take, hey, we're going to go to Guitar Center. We're going to look at whatever they have used. We're going to get you, something.
Like a little shopping trip. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That'd be kind of cool. We got $150 to spend.
Yeah.
We get you 2 pedals.
Yeah. As a kid, you're like,
Maybe
$150
$100.
Jesus, you can get
Yeah.
one pizza with that.
No, spaghetti you can eat with that?
How many pizzas you can get?
Yeah, it's like an adult $20 bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I think about it, because eventually my nephew, I don't know, his dad really wants him to like get into music. I'm like, oh, he'll learn to play bass. I'm like, well, it's not bad, but I'm like, don't force him to do it. But I'm like, I would happily. He's 8, gonna be 9, next year. But I'm like, that's still young to play bass. I'm like the idea is
get him a Sans amp and call it a day.
No, I think that might be more
Yeah.
fun to like get him into pedals because, like you said, bass can be boring because you're just like depending on what you're doing. Boom, boom.
God, do you imagine explaining a compressor to a kid just starting out playing bass? Oh my God.
I barely get them now.
I know.
Yeah. Your signal's like this, but we want it to be like this.
Like I have
But also, we want it to be like that.
yeah,
I have a
yeah.
yeah.
My pedal that I have on my bass board, 6 knobs. I'm like cracking a safe trying to fucking figure that out.
That's too many. That's way too many.
And
I have a class on Monday and a lab on Wednesday just to learn mine. So
I'm playing that Arkham Asylum game. There's a little one of his bat tools that he has is like decoding signals or whatever. That's what I feel like I'm trying to do. It would just like
Dial in the compressor.
something in and then it goes
oh God, like the locks on Skyrim. You're trying to like
break your
break your
lockpick.
Lockpick
Fuck,
and all
I
that.
got 2 more. God damn it.
yeah,
Is it
trying
really
to
worth it?
They give you like
I'm
a
outta
test bra or something like when you were 14.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Just trying to figure out pedals, comparing it to video games. Like, I understand that game. I don't understand this fucking compressor. And I'm yelling at my 8-year-old nephew, and I'm like, compressors are fucking good, but also fucking tough. Anyway, so like, what are we talking about?
You're sloshing beer around too.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we didn't use compressors.
Yeah. You give him like get him a pedal and then like a couple of like those like little airplane shooters of Jack Daniels. Like, this is rock and roll, kid. In his stocking. You're like, what the fuck? Uncle Brian sucks. Anyways, let's bring it in for a landing. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
All right. Tony, thank you so much for joining us. A lot of fun. Kyle, I don't know how to end the show. I'm like, anyways, I've done this 305 times. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, the listener, you. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. And if you like the show, you can follow along on social media. We're on Facebook. We have a group linked in the description below. We're on Instagram, posting cool shit on the reg. And, we have an archive there. I haven't been super active on there, but as a goal for 2024, I'm going to be more active on Instagram. And then if you like the show, you can give us a good review on iTunes or Apple Podcasts, and then Spotify there. And then
5 stars only.
There you go. 5 stars only.
5
if you don't,
stars.
then you're banned.
And we'll read them. Actually, have we checked that in a while? Maybe someone's.
I haven't seen any in a while. And then YouTube, hit up the YouTube, give us a sub, give us a dom. And if you really like the show, you can help support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. You double down for $2 a month, you get an extra episode every week. And it's not just like, hey, the episode early or another feed of the episode. It is a whole brand new bag. Papa's got a brand new bag over there on Patreon. Sometimes we let we take the governors off and let it fly over there.
Oh my God, restrictor plate racing over here. Yeah.
We get the wheels off the ground over there.
Yeah. Having Talladega nights for sure.
Definitely.
We shake and bake a little too often.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we got the page over there for $2 a month to get the bonus RSS feed. Put that in your favorite podcatcher. Get all the bonus episodes, and you get all the new ones. Get all the past ones. We got more bonus episodes over there than we do main. So if we happen to miss a week on the main, we don't miss it over there on the page, or we make it up to you. So just for that, even the $1, we give you a shout out. Shout out to the homies. Homies. Kyle, you got a list over there?
I got it right here.
All right, so going to give you a shout out, a sizable acknowledgement. Kyle, why don't you give it to me?
I got Andrew Walsh from Andrew's Alcove and was it Second Button Podcast and Red 4. I mean, he's doing a lot of stuff, that guy.
We haven't done the podcast in a while, Seinfeld podcast.
It's still there, though.
But it's archived.
Okay.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, Festivus for the rest of us.
I know.
Yeah. We need to do an airing of grievances.
Got a lot of problems with you people.
Abe Newman, Michael Newman, Nicholas Payson, Nicholas Ogburn, Doug King, Doug Chris from 37 Effects, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me podcast. I have Joe from the Like My Network, Masters of the Cinematic Universe, and also the Just Surprise Me podcast. I have Will Lehue from the Just Surprise Me podcast. Energy Weapon, Sharing Maps, Our Chainsaw Cabal, Energy Weapon, I already said that. He's doing a lot too.
Busy guy.
Tony DeGraw from Texas State Boggle Champs. He's in the flesh digitally. Right here in front of us.
Yeah, exposing it to everybody.
Yeah. Put that thing away for the audio listeners. He's crazy. RJ Smith from Teletalks. Jamie Davis, Johnny Ray, Steve Ralph from 60 Cycle Hum, Kevin E. Quits from He Quits Guitars, Co Schneider from the band Night Tides out of Tennessee area. I mean, the whole state. He plays it all.
Yeah.
No, Nashville, Gashville, Smashville.
Trashville.
Thanks for filling me in. I've been trying to I was going to wait to cough, but I had to do it.
I had to do it to him.
Cough button.
Yeah.
Yeah, to do it to him. Alvaro Viramontes, Brian Nutter of Nutter Guitars, Mel Chipson of Chipson Guitars.
I can't
making high quality.
I got the nutter in the back there.
Oh yeah, the nutter right there.
Oh, I think I just nuttered over here.
Yeah.
Keep it to yourself. We got Sean Arbo from Gun Street Wiring Shop, Sean Fahey from the band Shadowhounds out of San Antonio. We have Sean Wright from Lollygagger Effects and How to Fucking Solder on YouTube. Juan Ortiz from Tone Hungry Effects. Mike Oxbig. Denny Whacked It. Zach Hale. Eric Merrow from YouTube and Instagram and the Movie Podium Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I have Scott Hamilton from the Effects Loop Podcast. Matthew Fenslaw. Matthew Davis. Chase Stevens, and Pete from over there.
All right. Shout out to you.
That is the list.
Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Kyle.
Thank
shout
you.
Out to me.
Shout out to the supporters.
Shout out. We
Keeping
will see
this train on the tracks.
next time. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.